Hello and welcome. This is Ogtv News Broadcast of the Day. I am Bukola Agbakiso. First, the highlights. President Tinubu signs Southwest South-South Development Commission bills into law. Vice President Shettima urges judiciary to uphold justice integrity. Ogun State government invests 5.4 billion naira in supporting farmers to enhance food security. President Trump signs executive order calling for proof of U.S. citizenship to vote.
And tonight on Business News, foreign trade through maritime rose 91% to 130.8 trillion naira in 2024. Details of these when I return on the business segment of the news. I am Simiat Abaru.
And on Sport News tonight, FIFA announces $125 billion prize money for Club World Cup. This and more much later on the news. I am Moses or Jeremy. Stay with us.
You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. You can watch us live on Facebook at Ogtv and Ogtv Television, YouTube at Ogtv Abeokuta, and on Ogtv website www.ogtv.com.ng/live. For the latest news and reports, check us on these platforms: X at Ogtv, Instagram at Ogtv Television, or download Ogtv app on Apple Store and Google Play Store. Now the details of the news. President Bola Tinubu has signed the Southwest and South-South Development Commission bills into law. The Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Benjamin Kalu, made the announcement during plenary. Senate President Godswill Akpabio also confirmed that the President has signed the Southwest and South-South Development Commission bills into law. The established regional commissions are tasked with enhancing infrastructure, economic growth, and social welfare within their respective regions. The SWDC bill was passed by the Senate in September 2024 with majority support before being transmitted to the House of Representatives for concurrence. Similarly, the SSDC bill was passed in October 2024 and forwarded to the House of Representatives. These new commissions join the Northwest Development Commission and the Southeast Development Commission, both of which were signed into law by Tinubu in July 2024. Vice President Kashim Shettima has called on the Nigerian judiciary to remain steadfast in upholding justice and resisting external pressures that threaten its independence. Speaking at the Body of Benches maiden annual lecture and public presentation of the Body of Benches law report, Shettima emphasized that the judiciary is a crucial pillar of the nation's democratic framework. He warned that bending the law to serve vested interests erodes national stability and weakens democratic governance. The Vice President, who declared the event open, urged legal practitioners to uphold honesty and fairness, warning that history would judge those who allow justice to be compromised. Delivering the inaugural lecture, former Lagos State Governor Babatunde Raji Fashola questioned whether the benches still rigorously scrutinize the legal professionals admitted to the bar, as was the practice in the old. He noted the current concerns over the administration of justice, calling for a re-evaluation of legal training to separate the education of solicitors from that of barristers or advocates. Meanwhile, Meanwhile, the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Kudirat Kekereekun, has expressed worry over the practice of law in Nigeria and lamented the denting in the adherence to ethical principles in the legal profession. She noted that strict adherence to ethical principles in the legal profession was not only dwindling but facing serious challenges. The CJN stated this at the public presentation of the report of the Legal Practitioners Disciplinary Committee held at the Body of Benches Complex in Abuja, Nigeria's political capital. To address the trend, Justice Kekereekun confessed an urgent need for law practitioners to recommit themselves to the fundamental values of ethics, discipline, and professional responsibility. The CJN also recommended enforcement of professional discipline among legal practitioners through the Legal Practitioners Disciplinary Committee, which must be pursued with fairness, transparency, and unwavering resolve. She said it is instructive to know that the Body of Benches, as the apex institution of the legal profession in Nigeria, is uniquely positioned to lead the charge in this regard. Anyway, from that now, the Ogun State government has so far invested 5.4 billion naira in supporting farmers, thereby creating a soft landing for anyone willing to invest in the state. Governor Abiodun made this known while receiving a delegation from the JBJ, JDS, and Serra Group of Brazil in his office. Governor's office correspondent Yusuf Ganil reports.
The JBJ, JDS, and Sierra Group of Brazil, led by renowned agribusiness leader Jose Batista, who is in Ogun State to discuss potential investment in large-scale farming and food production. With over 16,000 square kilometers of land, out of which more than 12,000 square kilometers are arable, Ogun State offers vast opportunities for agricultural expansion. Governor Abiodun noted that the state boasts over 200,000 registered farmers who are actively engaged in diverse food crop production.
But like I said, so you can know how many farmers do you have in the state? Okay, 200,000 farmers. How many men? How many women? How many youth? What they are planting? We have vegetable farmers. We have those who are doing greenhouses. We have a lot. So we know everybody. So if we want to support them, we know how to support them. And I believe that if you are coming to work and establish a state, you need to have a relationship with those farmers. So we can call them, we can say, okay, you know what, we want you to plant maize for us, because having a dairy, a cattle ranch, a piggery, or poultry means that you need to strengthen the entire value chain.
He extended invitation to the Brazilian conglomerate to take advantage of Ogun State's strategic location, rich resources, and investor-friendly environment.
So today, as you come, you will see industries, left and right industry, because we created and provided the right incentives for the private sector to partner with us. And we are doing so intentionally and deliberately. So we're excited to have you. Today, we are the fastest growing economy in Nigeria today, the fastest.
The Executive Secretary of the Nigerian Investment Promotion Commission, Aisha Rimi, commended Ogun State's proactive effort in attracting credible investors and described JBJ Group as Brazil's leading cattle supplier, operating 12 farms spanning over 200,000 hectares and employing more than 5,000 people.
Sierra, which is the other company that's here, is the arm of JBS that is primarily responsible for exporting their poultry and their pig products. They also do value added, so they do the beef patties, the nuggets, the sausages, and all that good stuff. They export to over 150 countries worldwide.
In his response, Mr. Jose Batista expressed satisfaction with the state's readiness and enthusiasm and extended an invitation to Governor Abiodun to visit Brazil to deepen investment ties.
Será dos estados que nós vamos olhar com bastante atenção.
And by seeing your presentation and understanding better what Ogun State represents to the economy, that's going to be a very considerable option of us coming here.
The delegation also took a tour to some farms in the states. Yusuf Ganilu, Ogtv News.
Meanwhile, Ogun State government has signed a memorandum of understanding with CGEM, a Moroccan company, for the establishment of massive fertilizer plant, power generation plant, technical vocational training center, as well as infrastructure development to further deepen commerce in the state. While signing the MOU, Governor Dapo Abiodun said the initiative will bring economic development to Nigeria and Morocco. Governor's office correspondent Yusuf Gani once again reports that the MOU was signed at the governor's office, Ukemoso. Abeokuta, his report.
CGEM is a Morocco company that represents over 90,000 Moroccan businesses across different sectors of the Moroccan economy. The signing of the MOU between Ogun State government and CGEM for the establishment of massive fertilizer plant, power generation plant, technical vocational center, as well as infrastructure development and exchange of technology in food production and processes and agro-product services is one collaboration to grow the economy of both Nigeria and Morocco. In his remarks, Governor Abiodun said the MOU is a game changer across all sectors of the economy, adding that with CGEM coming to the state, it shows recognition of the policies and reforms of Ogun State that would be in the interest of Moroccan businesses.
One of the things that I found most profound, again, was the fact that through CGEM, the government of Morocco has a 30% subsidy or incentive on any investment coming into Morocco. So when they say invest in Morocco, the first question I ask is, why invest in Morocco? I say to you, you come to Morocco, we give you 30%, rebate, subsidy, incentive. That immediately puts Morocco at an advantage. Immediately translates to a comparative advantage over any other state.
Being an industrial state, the governor added that the bilateral relationship between Nigeria and Morocco would bring good tidings to the country, especially in job creation.
And then being an industrial state, we talk about manufacturing and industrial development, which you've done so well in. How do we partner? How do we borrow from you so we're not starting from scratch? What kind of policies? How do we develop technology together? How do we partner with companies in Morocco to bring the automobile industry to Ogun State? Where we know that from here, you can easily be shipping vehicles to all other countries in sub-Saharan Africa, easily.
The Vice President of CGEM, Ali Zerau Ali, said the agreement will strengthen the commercial trade and economic education between the two countries.
A main focus on specific sectors like automotive industry, like agri-food, like education, and we believe that the sectors could help to ramp up our relationship, our friendly relationship, and to strengthen our economic ties, and we are looking forward to deepen that with you. Thank you.
CGEM is also a leading private sector representative body established to promote and defend the interests of Moroccan businesses. Yusuf Ganiyu, Ogtv News.
And still to come in the news, Ogun State government warns residents to clear their drainages in preparation for this year's rainy season. We'll bring you details of this and more after the break. Don't go away.
Mr. Chef Mixed Spices Seasoning Cube don't land with all your rich spices what you love inside one cube. Mr. Chef Mixed Spices Seasoning Cube. Spice mix exactly the way you like them. They available for seasoning cube. Try them today.
Thanks for joining us again. The people of the border community of Akute Ajuwon in Ifo local government area of Ogun State have expressed appreciation to the Ogun State government for the timely fulfillment of its promise to reconstruct the major road passing through the community. They gave the commendation in a chat with a news crew during an inspection of ongoing asphalt paving on the 2.7-kilometer road. Matthew Shoume also reports the commencement of work on the over 8-kilometer Makoge Road linking the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. His reports.
The fulfillment of the promise to reconstruct the Akute-Ajuwon Road is no doubt another testament to the commitment of the current administration in Ogun State to spread development to all corners of the state without leaving any part behind. Akute-Ajuwon is one of the densely populated communities on the fringes of the border between Ogun and Lagos states, with high business and commercial activities that has over the years suffered from total neglect from previous administration, resulting in a broken down infrastructure. After the difficult period endured by the people over the deplorable condition of the road, reprieve that has been long awaited has finally come with the progress recorded in asphalt paving on the 2.7-kilometer Akute-Ajuwon Road.
The road linking Akute to Ajuwon, and for now we are at 75 to 80% completion. We were given 6 months to complete it.
The people of the area were full of appreciation to the state government for coming to their aid.
We really appreciate and we say thank you. We do not take it for granted in this axis, especially in Ajuwon. Here, this Ajuwon junction some months ago, this place is a deep hole that there's no way a vehicle will pass here easily. So all these keke normally at this place will fall down with the passenger.
It was so bad. We landlords, we contributed and bought chips of stone, but it don't reach anywhere. 150.
The man is trying, and God will help him more and more.
The people of Magboro and Makogi could not hide their joy on the commencement of the reconstruction of the over 8-kilometer road in the community.
Right now, we try to talk to him, we pray for him, we push, and he responded to our call. We even thank him very much. Our people now, for us to be coming out to be with the contractor, is what they want to know and how far the job is moving.
We see ourselves as a brother, and we can see the construction, what they are doing. They are doing fantastic job.
All we just need that because the rain is around the corner, and they have been saying it, so we want them to speed up the wall.
The road, which will also serve as a bypass for commuters entering Lagos State, will provide access to one of the rice farming beds in the state.
So as you can see, we started with the drain repairing. So very soon, we'll be doing some covert works down there. There are some sections of the project that some are interlocked, some are concrete as well.
The contractors assured of timely completion of the project. Matthew Shoume, Ogtv News.
The House of Representatives has directed its Committee on Works to conduct a forensic probe into the allocation, expenditure and outcomes of the 1.242 trillion naira Sukuk funds raised from 2017 to 2024. The committee is to identify the utilization, instances of diversion, inflation or contractor non-compliance. In a resolution following a motion of urgent public importance sponsored by Gaza Jonathan Befi, the House asked the Ministry of Works to provide the Committee on Works with detailed real-time records of all Sukuk-funded projects, which including financial disbursement, project status, and contractor performance, to be updated every quarter. According to him, the Sukuk financing breakdown includes 100 billion naira 2017, 100 billion naira 2018, 162.557 billion naira 2020, 250 billion naira 2021, 130 billion naira 2022, and 350 billion naira 2023, with indications from posts on various reports suggesting an additional 150 billion naira was issued in October 2023, pushing the cumulative total to approximately 1.242 trillion naira by the end of 2024, pending official DMO confirmation for the late 2024 issuances. He said despite this significant investment, Nigeria's road infrastructure remains in deplorable state, with over 70% of the country's 200,000 kilometer road network still unpaved, as noted by S&P Global Ratings. In January 2024, he expressed concerns that without robust accountability mechanisms, the Sukuk program risks becoming a conduit for mismanagement or corruption. Ogun State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Tommy Coker, has urged newly recruited community health workers to adhere strictly to the standing order of community healthcare services in the state, the discharge of their duties. This was stated during a 3-day orientation training program organized for the newly recruited community health extension workers CHOOS in Ogun State. The event took place at the Drug Management Agency building in Okimoson, Abeokuta. Toyin Oguntepe's report is presented in this package.
As part of efforts to provide accessible, affordable, and quality healthcare services at the community level, the Immunization Plus and Malaria Progress by Accelerating Coverage and Transforming Services Project, IMPACT, in collaboration with the Ogun State Primary Healthcare Board, organized a 3-day training program for over 400 newly recruited community health extension workers in Ogun State. The program aims to equip participants with the necessary knowledge and skills for the effective and efficient delivery of primary healthcare services across the state. In her opening address, Ogun State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Tommy Coker, congratulated the newly recruited workers and charged them to be accountable and serve as good ambassadors of the agency.
Community health workers that we're sending out to take care of our women, our children, the vulnerables, the elderly, and generally the Ogun State citizens. And my charge to them is to be respectful to our patients, to make sure that they are accountable, to make sure that they show compassion and they show integrity and excellence during their work with us in Ogun State.
Providing an overview of the training, stakeholders emphasized the importance of ensuring essential healthcare services are accessible to all, regardless of location, status, or religious affiliation.
Everyone in this room coming for this training have their license up to date. We work with the relevant regulatory body of this association to make sure we do not get anybody that is a quack.
We want them to put in their best. We want their commitment to ensure that we'll be able to deliver on reducing maternal and infant mortality in Ogun State.
Stakeholders also reaffirmed their unwavering commitment to strengthening primary healthcare services for the overall growth of Ogun State.
I want to appreciate Ogun State government for this chance that they gave us to be able to participate in primary health care duties and assignments.
This is an opportunity for us because some of us, we've left school for a while and there is no there is no job opportunity. So this is really, really good.
According to the Executive Secretary of the Ogun State Primary Healthcare Development Board, Dr. Elijah Ogushala, the newly recruited CHOOS was elected from across the 20 local government areas of the state.
The Speaker of the Ogun State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Udaisi Elemide, has challenged school principals in the state, especially the Shagamu axis, to improve on the security situation of the schools to prevent further clashes among secondary school students in the area. This is just as the Speaker invited the management teams of the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology and the State Teaching Service Commission for an interface on how to immediately address the issue. Right Honorable Lemide threw the challenge at plenary while responding to the presentation of a member representing Shagamu 1 State Constituency, Honorable Damilare Bello, who reported the incidents of unrest among secondary school students in the area, especially during inter-house sports. Correspondent Kola Wole covered the plenary. Details of his report are presented in this package.
Speaking on that matter of urgent public importance, member representing Shagamu 1 State Constituency, Honorable Damilare Bello, reported the incidents of clash among secondary school students in the area, especially during inter-house sports activities. He appealed to the Speaker to call on the concerned ministry and agency to come and explain to the House the security measures normally put in place whenever any school is engaging in inter-house sport activities. The Speaker, Right Honorable Oluda Isielebide, while responding to the submission of the lawmaker, noted that the Assembly would interface with the State Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology and the management of the State Teaching Service Commission, who are to appear before the state lawmakers on Friday, 28 March 2025 at 12 noon to discuss the incident which had caused panic in the state.
Pending the outcome of the meeting, I will implore schools, principals, and management to please ensure that there is adequate security networking when they want to hold their house sports competition.
In another development, the minority leader, Honorable Lukman Adeleye, called on members of the National Assembly from the state to always engage the state lawmakers, ministries, departments and agencies, MDAs, of government in the state and other credible officials in the monitoring all infrastructural projects being facilitated as constituency project in their constituencies with a view to preventing shoddy delivery of infrastructural project. Adeleye, who spoke under personal explanation, recounted projects facilitated by some members of the National Assembly that were already damaged a few months upon completion by a rainstorm due to lack of quality control, noting that it was imperative for contractors handling projects to always adhere to safety standards and building construction regulations to enable the project stand the test of time. Speaker Elemide, in his reaction, commiserated with the victims of the rainstorm that led to the damage of a public building in the previous weeks, appealing to the federal lawmakers to always engage their co-lawmakers at a state level in monitoring projects facilitated with a view to ensuring quality service delivery.
So I want to advise all our federal representatives, both the Senate and the reps, to please take this into consideration. They should cultivate the idea of making use of the people on ground will be able to, at least to some extent, help in the supervision.
Meanwhile, a member representing Shagamu 2 State Constituency, Adimiro Ademola, presented a petition on behalf of Karo Jire Omo Dua Foundation on allegations of unethical practices at Ikene General Hospital to the Assembly.
17 trained female truck drivers have been certified and subsequently graduated from the Lafarge Driving Institute in Ewekoro. Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer, Lafarge Africa, Lolu Alade Akinyemi, said they are certified drivers who are good ambassadors of safety on the road to deliver products from Lafarge Africa to their customers. Margaret Okunlola reports that the State Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Development, Honorable Adijat Adeleye, lauded the initiative while charging the female truck drivers to position themselves as agents of change, drive with confidence, resilience, and patience. A report.
Committed to equality and inclusion, the Lafarge Driving Institute in Calabar, Nigeria, started a pilot scheme to get more female truck drivers on the road. And now, the initiative has been widely adopted in Lafarge Africa, as 17 female truck drivers are being graduated here in Ewekuru. Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer, Lafarge Africa, Lolu Alade Akinyemi, emphasized that the Women on Wheels initiative was launched as part of strategies to empower women, champion diversity, and foster female inclusion in the logistics sector.
Lafarge Africa PLC, women empowerment is not just a goal. We just don't talk about it, we do it. We walk the talk. And for us, it's a journey that we are committed to and that we are very passionate about.
Ogun State Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Development, Honorable Adijat Adeleye, alongside other dignitaries, graced the occasion.
It is certainly a clarion call to other corporate organizations, policymakers, and stakeholders to invest in similar programs that provide women with access to training, employment, and financial independence.
What a man can do, women can really do. So we appreciate Lafarge for this kind of feat, for this kind of innovation.
With more than 100,000 trucks on the road every day just to transport products, various dignitaries present applauded the efforts.
It's more than just a graduation. It is a testament to resilience, determination, and the power of opportunity.
We also focus very much on medical fitness. We have continuous BP monitors across all our trailer parks. The industry is mainly male-dominated, like we have heard over and over, but this is rewriting the rules around there and saying that women can also.
Gender diversity and inclusion. The Lafarge has so much key into the one of the goals of the SDG, if I'm right, gender equality. Try to be a good ambassador of the organization that gives you that training by displaying the good skill that you have acquired. Please don't see yourself as someone above the rules and regulations of the road.
For the 17 women graduating, it's been 5 months of fruitful training.
Training has impacted many things in my life. Now I can drive boldly. My plan for this work is that I should be driving with care.
There was presentation of gifts to the newly recruited female truck drivers. Margaret Okunlola, Ogtv News.
The National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, NAPTIP, and International Center for Migration Policy Development, funded by the Kingdom of Netherlands, are collaborating to checkmate trafficking of persons without documentation. The collaboration has therefore led to the inauguration of the Anti-Trafficking and Violence Against Persons Education, which has enlisted students of Government Science at Technical College Idiaba, Abeokuta, under its pilot project in Ogun State. Shesi Shekoni Senayo's report is in this package.
Human trafficking has been a major issue in Nigeria for years, with thousands of people, particularly women and children, being trafficked to various destinations outside the country. To combat this growing issue, the Nigerian government enacted the Trafficking in Persons Prohibition Law, Enforcement and Administration Act in 2003, which then gave birth to the National Agency for Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons. In intensifying its constitutional responsibility, NAPTIP, in collaboration with the International Center for Migration Policy Development, funded by the Kingdom of Netherlands, has penciled down 50 schools for sensitization and orientation of students and to create awareness on human trafficking. Headed by the commander, NAPTIP, in Ogun State, Mrs. Bose Jimo, she educated the students on the dangers of human trafficking, highlighting various strategies of prevention, reporting of suspected cases, before inaugurating some students as members of ATIVAP, ATIVAP.
That we have policy documents, institutional and legal framework to tackle the issues of human. TPR Act is one of them. We also have guidelines on protection of children in formal care. We have guidelines on national referral mechanisms. We also have national policy on protection and assistance for trafficked persons.
President, Ogun State Youth Council, Kola Shoremi, encouraged all educational stakeholders in the country to work hand in hand with NAPTIP to fully sensitize students.
NAPTIP, the agency in charge of human trafficking, fighting human trafficking in Nigeria, has actually deemed it necessary to collaborate with partners like ICMPD, that is the International Center for Policy and Migration Development, to see how they can come up with vanguards at the secondary school level, clubs at the tertiary institution level. We also have at the primary school level as well, to see how they can have this, so that we'll be able to have a broad area of sensitization, particularly among our young people.
With this development, Nigeria has taken another proactive step at reducing to the barest minimum the incidences of human trafficking, which has soured the image of the country.
The Ogun State Emergency Management Agency, OSEMA, has issued a timely warning to residents, especially community development associations, CDAs, and landlords to clear their drainages in preparation for the rainy season. According to a release signed by the director in the agency, Wale Shonde, on behalf of the Commissioner for Special Duties and Intergovernmental Affairs, the alert is important going by the Nigeria Meteorological Agency's prediction of heavy downpours with intensity ranging from 965 mm to 1805 mm, which could exacerbate flooding in vulnerable communities. To mitigate the risk, Wale Shonde advised motorists and other road users to avoid flooded roads during rainfall. He also urged CDAs to educate residents on proper waste disposal and the importance of not building on run-off roads or engaging in environmentally hazardous activities. The state government will take strict action against those who fail to comply with these guidelines. The rainfall prediction for Ogun State has already commenced this month, with a brief dry spell expected from July 21st, 2025. To stay safe during this period, residents are advised to take proactive measures such as clearing drainage channels to ensure proper water flow, proper waste disposal to prevent clogging drainage channels and waterways, stay clear of flooded roads and areas to prevent accidents and damage, staying informed with weather forecasts and emergency alerts from authorities to minimize the risk associated with flooding, as well as ensure a safer rainy season. The online application for entrance examination into GSS 1 of Air Force Military School and Air Force Girls Comprehensive Secondary School for 2025-2026 academic session has commenced. According to a statement by the Ogun State Ministry of Information and Strategy, interested applicants are to access the form and other necessary information by visiting the Nigeria Air Force Examination Center NAFEC website at https://nafec.org.ng for the sum of 3,000 naira only. Applicants should be Nigerians between the ages of 11 and 13 who have completed their primary education. Also, applicants must have and upload their NID with only one valid email for the application. The online registration for the Air Force Military School and Air Force Girls Military School closes on Saturday, 5th April 2025, while that of Air Force Secondary and Comprehensive Schools will close on Friday, 2025. The remains of Baba Saleh and Alatunse of Okeonoigba, Alhaji Shefiu Olalekon Afaraetu, have been laid to rest at his residence in Adetotun area of Abeokuta. Abiodun Banjo has details of the report presented from our studio.
The Muslim community came together to bid farewell to one of their own in a solemn and dignified burial ceremony that reflected the Islamic values of compassion, respect, and humility. The ceremony, which took place at Okeono in Abeokuta North local government, was attended by family, friends, and community members who gathered to pay their respect and offer prayers for the repose of the soul of the deceased. In his sermon, Alhaji Taofik Amolegbe enjoined all to daily live their lives accountable to Allah, as death can come when least expected.
tó mọ̀ yín pé òun fẹ́ àdánwò lọ́lọ́wọ́ bá fi ṣe fún ẹni tó bá sì kú náà àdánwò ló ṣe níyàbùlù wákùn àyùkùn asana amalan àdánwò wo ló wà fún òkú òun náà ní pé bàbá tó kú yìí ó ń sọ gbogbo àwa tó kù náà wípé tó bá dijọ́ kan àwa náà ń wọlé ọlọ́wọ́ bá lọ sùn. ọjọ́ kan oníkálukú wa náà máa wọlé ọlọ́run lọ sùn. àwa tá a wà láàyè lénìí. àwa tá a wà láàyè lénìí. tó bá dijọ́ kan àwa náà ń wọlé lọ sùn.
The remains of the deceased were later buried at his residence. To the children, their father was a man of many parts whose demise would be greatly missed.
We are going to miss a lot. We are very going to miss a lot. You know, in terms of playing with us, cracking jokes or whatever. Yes.
My father is so nice. In fact, I don't know what to say about him, but he's very, very nice father. And he's too strict. And I will miss him.
My father was a good man, he's generous and kindness, and a very nice man.
Aged 94 years, Pa Afaretu is survived by children and grandchildren, among whom is Jamiu Afaretu, a staff of Ogun State Television, Ogtv. Until his death, he was the Baba Saleh and Alatunse of Okeono Egba.
May his soul rest on. Up next is Business News with Senior Tabaro Dongwere.
You're welcome to the business segment of the news. Foreign trade through maritime transport rose by 91% year-on-year to 130.75 trillion naira in 2024 from 68.44 trillion naira in 2023. Analysis of data on foreign trade in goods by National Bureau of Statistics NBS showed that export dominated, accounting for 59.94% of total foreign trade through maritime. According to NBS data, total export through maritime rose by 116.3% year-on-year to 78.38 billion naira in 2024 from 36.24 billion naira in the first quarter of 2024. Export rose by 196.3% year-on-year to 19.02 billion naira in first quarter of 2024 from 6.42 billion naira in the first quarter of 2023. The governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Olayemi Cardoso, says the Apex Bank remains resolute in its commitment to maintaining order in the country's foreign exchange market by identifying and eliminating bad actors whose activities undermine the stability of the naira. This came as findings showed that the naira depreciated slightly at the official foreign exchange market on Tuesday, closing at 1,532 naira 0.39 kobo per dollar compared to 1,531 naira 19 kobo per dollar on Monday. This marks a marginal decline of 0.08%, indicating relative stability despite minor fluctuations in the market. The movement suggests continued volatility within a narrow band as the market adjusts to recent reforms and changing demand-supply dynamics. Electricity consumers paid a total of 509.84 billion naira in the fourth quarter of 2024, despite enduring 5 grid collapses within the same period. The Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission said in a report that there were 3 incidents of total collapse and 2 incidents of partial collapse on the national grid in the fourth quarter of 2024. Next said the 509.84 billion naira generated by the electricity distribution companies in the last 3 months of 2024 was higher than the 466.69 billion naira collected in the third quarter. In comparison, it said the total revenue collected by all discos in the third quarter of 2024 was 466.69 billion naira out of the 626.02 billion naira billed to customers, saying the 77.44% collection efficiency recorded in the fourth quarter of 2024 is plus 2.89 higher than the collection efficiency recorded in the third quarter of 2024. And that's the business news. Many thanks for being a part of it. Back to Bukola for the other segment of the news.
Thanks so much, Simeon. Now to the following segment of the news. United States President Donald Trump has signed an executive order requiring Americans to provide proof of citizenship to vote, claiming the move is necessary to curb election fraud. Meanwhile, Russia and the US managed to quickly agree on a list of objects that are subject to a temporary moratorium on attacks on energy system during talks in Riyadh. Let's join Olayemi Takora for details.
Washington and Kiev held brief talks in Saudi Arabia on Tuesday, a day after hours of US-Russian